Let's go. All right, so they're doing it right. Let's see it. New additions and more. Yo, it's like the Pokemon Sword and Shield Worlds trailer, which was actually one of the best. We get to see the upcoming competitive stuff and new Pokemon. Wait, why is that mini Koraidon? Oh, that's strong. Okay. Why is the ugly Pokemon so strong? Hold up. Alright, terrestrializing. We know it. We see it. Oh. They showed what you can get away with. New item loaded dice. Multi-strike moves. More likely to hit more times. Interesting. Now, Blissey has no defense, so that's expected. However, still crazy. Ghost Tyranitar. What does Ghost Tyranitar get away with? Curse. Maybe. Oh no, just like absorbing the super effective hit on Type Blast. And there's the Terror Blast. There's the move that adjusts to it. Makes sense. Super effective. All that fun stuff. Alright, there we go. So they actually just dropped a random new Pokemon with that trailer. That's all good. Alright, that was the reaction. Now it's time to break some of this insanity down. Also, the website has updated, so we get to see all kinds of crazy stuff. Mirror Herb. This herb allows the holder to mirror an opponent's stat increase and boost its own stats, but only once. That is actually insane. For some reason, I thought that had something to do with Satitan, because like, oh, it's a new Pokemon, it's going to be overtuned and broken. But no, that's actually just any Pokemon gets to it. That is competitively very interesting. Covert Cloak. Hooded Cloak conceals the holder, protecting it from the additional effects of moves. Also, really cool. And then we got to see the loaded dice, which is at the bottom of the page, but it won't scroll down all the way. So yeah, like, I'm not paying attention to everything that's happening on screen, like, in just a couple of seconds. A couple of interesting things to note from the trailer. Homie has Shift Gear. That's just one of the strongest moves in the game. So, being able to pass that and do, like, other wildness with it is pretty cool. So, I like the battle scene. It looks like we are getting battle stadium kind of vibes, except this isn't, like, the crazy arena thing going on. New Pokemon. Dragon normal typing. What does that even mean? Like, that just means, like, no upside, weakness to fighting for free. So, Shed Tail. And Shed Tail tells me that's a move that might not be exclusive to him, but it could be, because we're going to, like, check the website and then I'm going to be immediately proven wrong. Yeah, new move, Shed Tail, creates substitute, then swaps places with a party Pokemon. So cost half your health, because you are ripping your body apart. But then it's just an automatic switch with the sub. And I'm guessing that also passes down the stats like a sub would. So you go Shift Gear into that if you don't die. And they, like, if they set up, you just go for better setup. And then you win the game and you bring in whatever you want for free. Also, if it isn't exclusive, then think of every lizard Pokemon and snake Pokemon that could get access to that. So, I saw this, and then I missed this new item part, even though we already know, like, Satitan's abilities and stuff. I was just like, oh no, Satitan's nuts. But, like, this, that is maybe one of the more dynamic herbs, and it's also really nice, because, like, stat increase creep eventually is what the game boils down into, where it's just like you boost through Dragon Dance or Swords Dance and then you one-shot everything and become unstoppable and uncounterable, and bringing great risk with that. Like, if you use Belly Drum, you lose half your health, the opponent's just better for an item prediction. Also, like, switching in a Pokemon with that herb, not nasty. So here's something that, like, everyone's been talking like, oh, but Shedinja's gonna be crazy and all these other things that people are talking about. Or you, like, this is big brain. This is bigger brain than I thought. Like, the Pokemon Company is coming up with this deep of strategy? Crazy. To where, like, yeah, you can also exploit something like Steam Engine. Colossal really don't want to eat water-type moves. But then it become water. And now it's fine. It's fine with all that. Now we're just also seeing, like, the power of terastallizing. Loaded dice. I wonder, like, that's going to be data mine. That's going to be, like, data mine details, because we already, like, know the multi-hit quantity, like, it's a known quantity on the odds. We got this stuff, 37% chance it hits twice, 37% chance 3 times, then 12.5, 12.5. I'm wondering if it, like, flips it. I don't know, it could also just be a really bad item, because, like, new items are introduced in a lot of the recent generations, and they just completely fizzle out. I think what needs to happen is that this needs to go away. If loaded dice just makes it to where it's, you know, like 1 in 3, 3, 1 in 3, 4, 1 in 3, 5, that's crazy. Or even like a 1 in 4, 5, and then the numbers get weird. But if they remove the 2, then things get really interesting, because things like the Rock Blast, when you compare it to something like Rock Slide or Bullet Seed versus Seed Bomb, if you hit 3, you're effectively doing the same damage. So if you can turn it into consistent same damage, maybe that makes sense. Or you could have just been banded, and then you're also finding, like, crazy damage anyways, and the item's useless. Will remain to be seen. I also think that when you have the ability, and then you can just throw something like a King's Rock on it, and then always hit 5 because of skill link, that's just better, so I don't think this is going to, like, salvage that. But it is interesting that they are reaching for these kinds of ideas to be brought into the game. One thing to take into consideration, though, this is terastallizing. So, I actually think this might be terrible. What do you think about it? Because I'm likely expecting Technician Bullet Seed. So this is Technician Bullet Seed with Stab plus terastallizing. So getting, like, bonus Stab on top of it, and then doing that much damage to Blissey. It is a 4-hit KO. Loaded dice enables that. Is it still a 3-hit KO with, like, Life Orb or something, though? Or Band? Like, now the numbers are weird. And actually, this gives us an opportunity to run potential damage calculations to find out what the terastallizing boost is. Now it just makes sense that it goes from 1.5 times stab to 2. What if it's actually 2.25? Because it's 1.5 and 1.5. So, fun. Like, I'm not actually liking this. This is why, like, when you compare it to what happened with Pokemon Sword and Shield, and how they really showed us, yeah, here we go. Check out these new features that will make Pokemon battles even more exciting. When they gave us this kind of stuff, where it's like, oh, we get new abilities, we get new items, you know, room service and eject pack, stuff like that. It's like, this was really, really cool for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then revealing it during Worlds. We're getting gameplay, and it's also not just like, well, this is competitive only, Pokemon Company's trash and doesn't listen to their fans. Shut up, vocal minority NPCs. But then they also reveal a new Pokemon, so like, this is just good all around. This benefits everyone. Even if you're, like, the most casual player, you learn more about the gimmick, and then you also get to kind of, like, see the battles and see new gameplay. That's just good stuff. And then this was just also, like, kind of showing the strategic depth into what's going on. I didn't know if they were going to use the ghost to, like, play around with close combat, or not close combat, curse shenanigans. Like, you can now make a ghost-type Pokemon not curse itself, or you can make a tank non-ghost-type Pokemon bring the curse. That's going to be compelling. But also, one thing that this video kind of glosses over is that this is your terastallizing. The opponent doesn't have it. So if you're terastallizing your Breloom just to take out a Blissey, which you probably take out anyways, you are now at a disadvantage to just have slightly stronger grass-type moves on a Breloom instead of, like, Spore shenanigans. Ooh. You can also make, like... Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff where I'm like, oh, you make a Poison-type Pokemon so Toxic can't miss. Like, status interactions with types are interesting. But with this, like, yeah, you now remove your weaknesses, turn it into a big up. It's not even like, oh, it's a resisted hit, or oh, it's a neutral hit. You just went from KO'd to full health, and then KOing the opponent off of one play. Is their Terastallized play that strong? No. You're just up. You're just +1. Awesome. Really cool. And now, like, Tyranitar can still be strong and scary with that. So, yeah. There's also other things on the website. So, yeah, Mirror Herb, I'm embarrassed that I reacted to that being like Titan's hidden ability or something. The cloak is interesting. I'm wondering if that's actually going to be like strategy, because it seems like things are very, very niche with like the new items and stuff that are being introduced into the game. And then they just don't get played, because it's like, or I've just take the last decade of Pokemon experience and play around Fake Out as I have in the past. Ooh, terrestrialize your Pokemon to Ghost type so it doesn't get affected by Fake Out. Seems better than the Covert Cloak or the Loaded Dice shenanigans. Yeah, it just says more likely to hit more times on the Loaded Dice. And then Master using the Terrastal feature to get it up, to get a bonus. And then Terra Blast, new move that shows its power when used. So, can be learned with TM when terrestrialized Pokemon becomes a move of the same type, Terra type. Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. Terra Blast inflicts damage using attack or special attack, whichever is higher for the user. And that makes sense, because we see, like, Tyranitar using that. So, it's like, oh, it's not like a buff Shadow Ball or anything. And I like that there are those dynamic moves and abilities that adjust to your highest stat now in Pokemon. Kind of like adaptability in League of Legends. Or adaptive stats in League of Legends. So because of that, it means like, yeah, like you can, any Pokemon can use it for the maximum effect at any time. Really cool. Combine Steam Engine with water, take less damage, and get the speed boost. And then, yeah, so we got to see that. We got to break it down. Really cool stuff. And it's like we kind of assumed a lot of this for competitive, but there's going to be a lot of depth here, and that's really nice, especially after what happened with Pokemon Sword and Shield really taking competitive seriously, really making the Battle Stadium like the coolest ladder we've ever had in Pokemon, and a lot of other really nice stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.